The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent Egg Podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me is Swoosh and John Doe.
Hi.
Hello.
Right, this week we're going to start out with a little bit of information that got sent to me by constant contributor to this show, Craig. Last week we were having a talk about age of politicians, and he sent us through a thing breaking down some of the age demographics of politicians across the world.
And it's terrifying.
Yeah. The one that really jumped out to me out of all of the world leaders that were in this article, 34% were over 60, 22 were in their 50s, 19 are in their 70s, and Biden is currently in the 5% of leaders in their 80s.
That is terrifying to me in so many ways.
If you can qualify for an age pension, you should be fucking retired. And
if there's a chance you could be going senile, you should be retired.
The other thing that was in here statistic-wise that I thought was particularly interesting was, and I will point out right now before I say this, the United States is an exception here. Generally, as the age of the leader goes up, the less likely that country is to be free.
Yeah. Because they do not want to hand over power.
Yeah. You know, you got people like Putin at 71, Xi Jinping at 70. It's just like, yeah, apparently the older you skew the leader, the more likely they are to be less democratic.
Like, I know it'll never happen, but there should be a cap of like 50 years old for running in politics. Like, just because you're older does not mean you're more intelligent. Just look at, well, half the politicians that we have. Like, age doesn't guarantee that you know what you're talking about. It should not be relied on to run something, especially not a country anymore.
See, neither does youth.
Yeah, true. That is very true. But at the same time,
it's sort of like
we have a bunch of geriatrics and no one who actually knows what they're doing, and we're not making room for people who actually do know what they're doing.
Yeah. Because, of course, older politicians want to just get their older buddies in with them. They don't want to let the young blood do anything.
Yeah. That, and I really... The pensions they get are kind of disgusting at times.
Look, I don't think you... Like, I know people get arky about the pensions politicians get.
Yeah.
And you really can't take those away.
Oh, no.
Because the idea... the incentive there is not one that works. There needs to be more restrictions around it. The idea is that because you will get a pension for the rest of your life, you shouldn't make decisions that fuck over the country because you don't need a job after this.
Yeah.
You're getting to politician is supposed to be the end game. But because these people make deals with, oil companies and shit and end up on their board of directors having these huge paychecks, it's a giant corruptible system and the pension doesn't do the thing it's supposed to, which is prevent that.
So it should be that once you're out of office, you are out of employment. That's it. Yeah.
Forced retirement. Be fine.
Then they would just get some kickback or something. Like
forced retirement.
There has to be some
forced retirement. They get a good wage when they're out of the position.
We'll
but they're on minimum wage when they're in the position.
It's the old yellow protocol. They just take you out back and shoot you. It's fine. Thank you for your service. Bang!
I remember ages ago I saw there was a video I was watching about it, which is where I actually learned a bit about how this sort of stuff works. Not enough to really make any decisions about it, but our intro states that we're not experts.
No, fuck no.
They were talking about how one of the things that they think that should be included is that if you're a politician and you make a ruling for a company, you can no longer interact with that company.
Yeah.
So if you helped an oil lobby get through, well, you can't accept anything from oil companies anymore.
Yeah, you can't be on their board of directors or anything after the fact.
You can't get kickbacks. You can't be on a board of directors. You can't be You can't associate with them anymore because you did a legal thing with them as a politician.
Absolutely.
See, but it's just sad that how much sense that makes. Like, it's the same as like They should wear jackets like fucking race car drivers with the logo
Oh,
of
I
every
would
fucking
love
company that gave them money. The problem is there's so many fucking shell companies. It's like, oh no, this company gave me money, not the oil mob, not this mob over here.
See, I'm pretty sure if you did that, it would look less like a NASCAR driver, and I can't remember what show it's from. You remember it's a dude in a full suit made out of Post-it notes?
Ah, yes. Was that
It looked
Community?
like that.
Office Space, the movie.
Office Space. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's
Great
like
movie.
the cover of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, like that would just look like that.
Yeah. It would be amazing.
But yeah, so that's some like slightly terrifying statistics about world leaders.
Yeah. The other terrifying thing is that they run everything.
Though all four of the American presidents that had been assassinated were all under 60.
Yeah.
Too radical.
Yeah.
So next up is something that's becoming more prevalent, but I've been seeing coming for a long time because it's part of an industry that was getting gutted back when I was in uni.
Yeah.
So recently, a gentleman posted his video about how he'd been fired from his design job because the company took all his artwork, fed it into an AI program, and basically went, yeah, we can just use this AI to do your job.
Yeah.
Further gutting web devs' base. Because back when I was in uni, and same kind of thing happened with Swoosh, when we started, we were told not to use any of the generative tools.
Yeah.
No.
Can't use. When I went in, my teacher was like, you cannot use Dreamweaver. It auto-generates your code for you, but it's garbage. It's full of bloat, and it doesn't work nearly as well as it's supposed to. Learn how to do it with Notepad. And I probably can't do it anymore, but I used to be able to just code pages completely in Notepad. I would not touch Dreamweaver. I actually ended up really fucking
Someone who
hating it.
actually knew the job, and if you needed to fix it, you could.
Yeah.
But even back then, people were coming to me and being like, why are you doing this? Because these tools will just generate them for you. Like, it's not useful. Yes, it is. I can fix these things. You can't. You don't know what the code under the hood does.
If you don't know how the sausage is made, you can't then make sausages when the sausage machine fails.
And then, of course, you move into stuff like Squarespace, which took that further away from you even touching code.
Yeah.
You're not even generating it anymore. Some other thing is, and you never see it. So if it breaks, it's fucked.
Yeah.
So as a coder for web, I've been seeing this shit coming in my industry for decades now, and everyone didn't care. Now it's coming for the artists.
Yeah.
We've been seeing this for a while now, but like this sort of stuff's going to become more common, particularly in web dev, where it's so easy because no one respects web dev.
Oh, at all. And same with like any freelance artist. It's like, oh no, you just do this for fun. Like, I need to eat.
Yeah.
No one
Please pay
respects
me.
web dev until every page looks identical.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Even better is when those
everyone
pages
uses-
start to fuck up, because the code these AIs spit out will function, sure, but they are fucked. God help you trying to fix that.
I remember back when Wix was the page everyone used, and a few people called me into like, can you fix this Wix page? And it's like, no,
Yeah.
it's fucked.
Yeah.
None of this code is good. It's all pointing at stuff to do with Wix. You can't fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they want it exactly that way. So the only thing they can do is, oh, we'll just generate a new page. You'll be right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
you have to
broken.
start
Just
again.
generate it again. And that's exactly what these companies producing this shit want. So you'll stay with their
Yeah.
fucking service.
Pretty much. Or move to a different cookie cutter service that pops up.
So, yeah. Now, design artists for web pages are going to be replaced with AI, because the thing this guy also points out is he went, all right, fine, I'll leave this company. I'll just go to another one. And we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They just fed their design artists pictures into an AI, and we're like, we don't need you anymore.
They've kept them long enough to get the training material for an AI, and it's like, this is ours now. And they'll try and sell that eventually, which is somewhat depressing. Like when
So
we went through uni, like me and John Doe both did animation at one point. The thing they kept telling us was, don't use the generated in-betweens for 2D animation. Make your own rigs for skeletons, for models. Like, everything. We learnt IK like rigs from the get-go. And then the year after we did it, It's like, why are you doing that? There's these already pre-built ones in Max. It's like, yeah, but they're shit. They barely function. Oh no, that's what they teach us now. Like, like, it just means in a few years things are going to go weirdly pear-shaped when no one remembers how to do it properly.
I'm not gonna lie, I would love to hear, like, if anyone listening to this podcast is doing a web development uni course these days, I would love to hear what they actually have you do.
Same with animation at this point. Like, I kind of want to know what their courses are, because they changed so much in the couple of years that we were still there. Like, I remember for 2D animation,
uni
we had to
fees
do
will go towards paying for fucking Photoshop. Yeah, that's what most of uni fee will go to now.
Pretty much. Like, I remember when we did 2D, one of the final projects for a course part, like one of the early courses, was you had to make a full pan across. So backgrounds, character moving and walking, full walk cycle, everything. That turned into a single camera pan, and they gave you the assets. Like, so here's the assets. Layer them, and then make the camera move. That was it. Like, that's just sad.
Yeah, fucking oath it is.
Because I remember doing that, but we had to come up with all the assets.
Yeah. We had to make everything ourselves.
You had to show perspective and everything had to move together.
Oh.
Yeah, it was actually a reasonably complicated... Like, and that was a base level thing, because I only did base animation as part of web dev.
Yeah.
And that was a final project for that particular unit. Now they give you all the fucking assets. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much hope for the fucking future of graphic development, because...
Yeah.
I don't hold much hope for the future in general.
No.
Like, at this point, I'm looking to hire a garage and get a head start on making my Mad Max Roadster.
Yeah.
I mean, given what's happening in the United States right now, that might not be the worst idea.
Oh, that's right. They're imploding again, aren't they?
Well, they haven't imploded yet.
No, but they're taking that Civil War movie as a good compass direction, apparently.
They've taken it as an instruction manual. I'm assuming half of them thought it was actively happening. It's like, oh, shit, yeah, let's jump on the bandwagon.
This is historical. We're yet to live, correct?
This is a documentary, right? Not a fictitious movie.
It's not it's a documentary from the future that fell through a time hole.
Yeah. Good movie, though. It's very fucked up. It's a good movie.
Its ability to make mundane things feel really weird and disconcerting is really good.
It disconnects you in a strange way. It's like, this is weird, I don't like this, but I also really enjoy this.
Yeah. Surprisingly riveting movie. But the big thing is that Donald Trump's supporters have been jumping on all of the Trump-approved microblogging sites and basically, calling for the lynching of the judge, violence against the jurors.
Yeah,
they're already ramping up.
It's getting fucked. Apparently, one person was saying that someone tried to just leave a bit of like a bag of money somewhere. So, vote. Like, no. Like, it's terrifying.
And you know what the most annoying bit is?
The fact that it actually follows through with it because they've done it once already.
That too. Even if this was to disqualify Trump from becoming president, all he has to do is appeal, and that appeal process would take him out past voting day.
Yeah.
At which point he could become president before it even becomes a codified charge.
So it means he could sneak in on a technicality.
Bigger point there, though, is if he gets in as president, he can quash two of the other biggest cases against him because they're federal.
Yeah.
And he could just go, the federal government is no longer looking into these.
Yeah. Which, the fact that's a thing.
How fucking, scummy is that? Okay, I'm the person being investigated here. You cannot investigate me. It's some sort of fucking Jedi mind trick.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
The American mind trick. But what freaks me out is the fact that a felon in America can't vote, but they can still become president. That's a disconnect in my head.
Didn't we discuss this last time?
We did.
Yeah, we did. It was only
it's a week later. I still can't figure it out.
It was last episode when we discussed this exactly.
Well, I mean, again, look, just to slightly repeat myself from last time, it's simply because they never thought it would be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they never thought a felon would 1 run, 2 work out, or 3 even have a shot.
Yeah.
So, sure, you can run, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Jokes on the founding fathers. God, if they could see America now,
that it has happened, they can't put that genie back in the bottle. They're not going to get laws around that now.
No.
Oh, God, no.
We've let a few genies out in our generation. Well, the old generation has released the genies into our generation.
Well, I mean, I think we've said it a few times. The last generation was the fuck around generation. We had to find out.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So, let's get into some gaming stuff.
Yay!
Please.
Non-depressing. Well, less depressing.
So, I'm going to have a small rant here before we get into the actual news article. Because it's something I want to bitch about. So, a while ago, I mentioned that there was a problem with a game I really wanted to play called Phantom Fury. It has since shown up on GOG, and given that I was grumpy because it wasn't on GOG, I'm like, okay, I've always been a very, money where my mouth is. If you bring it to the platform I want to buy it on, I will buy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep being shitty because you're not on the thing I want. Although, fan stuff, this isn't a company thing, is suggesting that it didn't do super well on Steam, so they released it on GOG.
Yeah, fair.
And I think I know why. Because the game is really not that good.
Oh, that's depressing.
It's not bad, but it is not particularly well thought out. A lot of the guns don't really feel good. They made a shotgun that doesn't feel good.
How do you fuck up a shotgun? Shotgun is bait.
What they did is they made a double-barreled pump-action shotgun with a clip.
Okay.
So you load a clip into it, you pump it, and it loads 2 shells into 2 separate barrels, so you get 2 shots before you have to pump it again.
So your magazine's
So
only
the
half
rhythm
as large.
is... Sorry?
You have to load 2 rounds before you can,
Or is it 2 magazines strapped together?
You load a clip of 10 rounds, and you pump it to load 2 into chamber.
So it fires both at the time.
No, it fires 1.
That...
So the rhythm of the shotgun is a mag-fed pump-action double barrel. That is not a good flow.
So
that breaks my brain.
Is it pump, bang, or pump, punk,
No.
bang, bang?
It's load clip, pump, bang, bang, pump, bang, bang until you're out, and then reload clip.
That's still weird.
That would be like if you had an intense fight and you're trying to track that. At least if it's pump, bang, okay, I can run with that. But pump,
standard
bang,
pump action.
bang, pump, bang. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be
it
really
feels like
easy
crap.
to lose track. Can you reload midway? Bang, reload.
Does it sacrifice an ammo point?
No, it doesn't. It's boomer shooter, so it's not tracking ammo.
That's still
the
weird.
problem I have, it doesn't feel that great. The arenas don't even have that many enemies in them. They're not that much of a threat. One of the things I think is really bad design is to have these little drones. You shoot them, and then they fall to the ground. Cool. Dead enemy. Except 3, 4, 5 seconds later, they explode. So it's these enemies are dead. No, they can still kill you.
It's just a timed detonation.
But it's a good distance from when you shoot them. It's not like you shoot them, they hit the ground and explode immediately.
So it's not even like the ghosts in Halo where you can hear the power up before the bang and they throw themselves around the map.
I used to love
No,
those.
they're just on the ground, dead, and then some amount of time later, I've never figured out what it is, they explode.
It's just long enough for you to be running past them.
Yeah, to have forgotten they're there.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a proximity.
Particularly in a firefight. Where you're shoot the drone, move on to next target, and while you're shooting that one, the drone at your feet explodes.
Yeah, the second I have shot something in a boomer shooter, it's dead. I don't have to worry about that now. I have to focus on the other thing trying to murder my face.
Now, this is particularly annoying because I recently picked up a different game called Sulaco, which is another boomer shooter style game running on the GZ engine, which is a source port of the Doom engine.
Yeah.
And it is so much better. It is night and day.
Yeah.
They have incredibly detailed environments, strong smoke effects, firefights break environmental items. All of the guns feel punchy as hell. Hell, their shotgun has a specific upgrade for it, which just makes it more gory.
Best upgrade
It specifically says in the upgrade that it makes it more gory. This does not increase the damage.
So they just pump. What they're doing is
Just
they're
gives you more
increasing
splatter.
damage. Yeah, they're just putting blood in the bullets. The shell is
So,
half blood,
you know-
half like lead.
This game just understands what boomer shooter guys want.
Yeah.
The enemies are very aggressive. There's generally not too many in a squad for you to not be able to keep track of where they all are. But they are very aggressive, and by the end of the game, they could dish out damage. You got to be on your fucking toes.
Yeah.
It is an insanely good game. It's in early access, and they gave you, I think it's 21 full levels
Ooh.
to play through with their early access release. It took me just shy of 11 hours to finish.
That's pretty good.
And that's without getting all of the secrets or all the upgrades. There's upgrades for guns I don't even know what are.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's a really, really good representation of a boomer shooter. So going from one to the other, it's like, wow, Phantom Fury's hot garbage.
So Phantom Fury is sounding more and more like a AAA game.
Kinda.
Like, we
Well, I mean,
made this
Slipgate
amazing
Ironworks-
thing for marketing purposes, and then the game is just lackluster shit.
I mean, it's annoying because it's a follow-up to Iron Fury, which was fantastic. It also incorporates a character from the Sin setting, slightly incorporating the idea that Iron Fury and Sin are in the same setting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a whole bunch of stuff that made people like me who liked Iron Fury and love boomer shooters want to play it, and then it plays very poorly.
Yeah. False
So
advertising.
if you've been looking at Phantom Fury, may I suggest you go pick up Sulaco? It's really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Fan Theory is the boomer shooter you've got at home when you want Sulaco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have Boomer Shooter at home.
Look, it just surprises me that something on the GZ Doom engines that as good as Sulaco is.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it plays fantastically. So, getting into other gaming news, let's shine some light on PlayStation.
Oh, God, do we have to? My spirit can't take it.
Well, it's mostly Sony doing dumb shit.
Oh, so we're just rolling
Yeah.
basic saves. Neat.
Yeah. So, Sony accidentally leaked Destiny 2's latest and biggest expansion.
Someone has
Before
taken
release
an
day.
intern out and shot them. Like, guaranteed.
So, for about 5 hours, people using PlayStation's online gaming service, got access to the final shape.
I'm wondering, like,
Out of nowhere, or
how big is it, like, to get the download done, and how far could you play into it in that 5 hours?
It's using their online system, so no download. It was their
Ooh.
streaming service.
ooh,
They didn't let you play with your characters. It forced you onto a level 1 character, so you had to go play through the entire tutorial, and you would have been too under level to actually play the final shape.
yeah,
But it let people look at battle passes, unique items, skins, rewards, play through some of the first mission.
and someone would have data dumped as best they could to get as much information.
Basically, everything about the final shape, except for the campaign, has been leaked.
Yeah,
Which
like-
is the final shape of Destiny. Everyone already knows everything before it even fucking comes out.
pretty much. Which is just fucking
yeah.
funny. Like, how did that happen? Who wasn't paying attention and hit the send?
So
all
it had
button?
been preloaded to their server ahead of
The
the
launch.
expansion coming out, so
Yeah.
that it would be on the service ready to go day one.
Someone didn't know how to read a calendar and didn't set the right date for release. It just uploaded.
It was someone.
Basically, that's
No, I guarantee it was someone in Europe who was like, wait, the dates and the months are on the wrong side. Like, what do we do?
look. As far as I could see, it seems to be some kind of data flags in the system just weren't clicked right,
Yeah.
and it got rolled out live.
Fair. Human error, but at the same time, funny as fuck.
It came out 6th of the 5th, not 5th of the 6th. You idiot!
Now, I'm kind of annoyed at PlayStation's CEO because they think they can bait PC players to their console.
Oh, they really don't get PC players. Like,
No,
They
don't.
do
God
not.
fucking
Like,
damn.
PC is the end goal of any console player. Like, that's the evolution. You start off with a Game Boy or, like, a Switch, evolve to something a bit beefier, then just go, fuck it, getting a PC.
Like, we'll already wait for, like, several years to upgrade a graphics card or do a minor component. If we want to play a game and it's on a storefront that we don't like, it's already on our system, but we will not buy that fucking game. You will not catch me buying a game in the fucking Epic jail.
Yeah.
It's already on my fucking platform. I'm not going to buy another fucking console to play the game I want to play. I'll wait.
Yeah.
A great example is actually, like, I know it doesn't matter to us, because we're not the target audience for it, but Kingdom Hearts was a lauded game on the PlayStation. It came to PC 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until it got a Steam release. It had been Epic jailed for 3 years.
Yeah.
People had been waiting for it to come out of Epic jail. So they waited 3 years.
The one thing they don't seem to realize is just the sheer amount of games we have access to as PC players. Like, if something is in Epic jail, it's like, oh, I wanted to play that. I'm not going to go to Epic. I'm just going to go to Steam and play anything in my shit ton of backlogged games to get me through.
If I just decided to play through my back catalogue of games on my Steam, the PS fucking 11 will be out, and all of your games will be leaked online anyway. It's not going to fucking matter. If I retired
today and played through every game in my Steam library, I'm pretty sure I'd die before I finished them.
Yeah. Oh, I know I would.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you I would.
We are swarming in games. Like, they are everywhere. Missing one big launch from Sony is not going to dampen my spirits.
No.
And that's not even counting modding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know back when I was a poor uni student, things like Skyrim lasted so long thanks to the modding community.
You could have entirely different campaigns from modders, and they were great. Well, some of them were great.
Even especially now, from Sony, I know in a couple of years that game I want to play is going to come to PC anyway. Why the fuck would I buy a console? Like, shit. I'm not going to downgrade, motherfucker. God.
I'm also not reinforcing the behavior.
Yeah. I'm sure their idea is like, oh, but you'll get spoiled on the story. Okay, shitbags, guess what? And I'm sure people are probably going to message me about it now just to make a point. But I don't actually know the plot of Spider-Man 2, and it's been out for months.
Yeah.
No.
Do you think I can't fucking wait?
Yeah. Pretty much. Like, I can just not read things. It's one of those things that pops up. Like, if you're scrolling through, like, doom scrolling something, and I see something from a game I want to play, I will skip past it.
Yeah.
No one has a gun to my head forcing me to watch spoilers or read spoilers. If I know what I'm reading, I will stop and move on. It isn't
now, you can get visually spoiled on stuff. Like, I still remember when the last season of The Mole was happening in Australia. On the last episode, they put who the mole was in the image card. It's just like, guys, come on, what are you doing?
Oh, that's hilarious. But if you're about to play a Spider-Man game and you're wondering if Spider-Man's into it, maybe you should be in an asylum somewhere.
Yeah.
You should be in a care facility.
I'm more bringing it up as you can get visually spoiled on something.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, like, that's pretty low when you come to games because, one, gameplay is the majority of it, not your plot. Your plot is just something to hang the gameplay off.
Yeah.
Your plot should be good, don't get me wrong. Shit plot will make the gameplay an absolute slog.
Yeah.
But, like, there's more to games than just, oh no, you showed me the final boss.
But there's also, I don't trust anything online when it comes to that stuff anyway. Even if I read a spoiler, it's like, alright, I'm assuming this guy is a troll or something. Like, I can't vet any of this without playing the game anyway.
No. And if I want to play a game, I don't really give a fuck what anyone else is going to say. Yeah. I'm going to play the game regardless.
Hell, half the time I'm spamming through dialogue on games because I want to get back to the game.
A lot of games now, like, short of Tsushima, like, Tsushima, it's the only game I've actually sat there and wanted to listen to the dialogue. Like, having it in the Japanese language with the English subtitle is just so nice. I know you can have it with the dub, but just, it's so good.
The dub is okay, but not as great.
I would actually say the dub is pretty good.
It is, yeah.
I don't know, I like the feel of it.
It's better with the Asian dialogue.
Yeah.
but like the English dub is actually pretty good.
They've actually got like Japanese voice actors to do it.
I'm also one of those people that like dubbed anime because I want to put it on while I'm doing something else. I don't have to sit there and read the fucking thing because I need to be doing something else at the time.
Yeah.
Whereas Tsushima tends to get all of your attention,
Yeah,
so it can be in non-English.
Almost any other game that I've played recently, I've got an audiobook playing in my ear while I'm playing the game because I really don't give a fuck.
Pretty much. It's just something to keep my hands occupied.
Yeah. Well, off me anyway.
Yeah.
So, while we were... Last week we did the state of play for Sony. And part of that we were discussing how Sony really doesn't like telling people when their stuff's coming to a PC platform.
Yeah.
PC or anywhere else. If it only says Sony. That's it. Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's a multi-platform game. If it's announced on Sony, it'll only have the Sony marketing.
Yeah.
Unless Sony wants to tell you that it's on PC, like Ragnarok.
Yeah. And that's only for a specific PC release of Ragnarok.
Yeah. Well, they probably thought it was big enough to be worth telling you about. Because Ballad of Antara and Infinite Nikki, 2 games announced at that state of play, are coming to PC.
Yeah.
But Sony didn't tell anyone.
No.
They just happened to have Steam pages. That's how we found them.
Yeah, I went through any of the games I was interested while we were looking at them. I went and looked for them on Steam, see which I could fucking pre-order on that. Infinite Nikki, I didn't really care about. I don't know who the Barbie Simulator game is for. But I'm glad the people that want it have got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they got the opportunity to play it on somewhere other than just a fucking PS5.
Completely agree.
Even if they can still get a PS5.
Yeah.
They're easier to come by, but they're still hard to find at times.
Yeah. So, next up, Elon Musk has decided that X is going to let porn be on it.
You can smell the desperation.
X.
Yeah.
The name finally makes a little bit of sense.
It finally does. But also, this reeks of desperation. I swear to God. It's like, we're failing! How do we stop these people doing stuff? We can't. They're about 13 to 15% of our user base. Let's just make it a thing for them now. We're not going to stop them anymore.
Look, it's clearly just they want to have something they can talk that the platform does that no one else does. Because, you know, places like Threads and the whatnot, I don't know what their policy... Well, I'm sure their policies are very strong, but, you know, how much they enforce it. But they generally have policies against pornographic content.
Yeah.
So, X is basically just standing there going, oh, we're not like them. We're the adults microblogging site.
But there's
you think he just scrolls it all day and he goes, you know what? I really wish I could see some boobs. Let's let it on the thing. I want to see them. Okay. I'm cool.
Sick of scrolling through white ring dicks. Where's some titties? It's just more desperation from
he has to
Musk
try
and resuscitate it.
Yeah, he killed it himself and now has to try and bring it back to life because he sunk so much money into buying it.
Yeah. And there's nothing he can do.
Yeah. Bob's and vagine.
For a tweet.
Show us your tweets.
Although, speaking of...
I do love laughing at Musk.
Do you want to laugh at Instagram?
Oh,
always.
definitely.
So Instagram is looking to implement unskippable ads as you're doom scrolling through it.
And everyone has said it's a dumb fucking idea and they refuse to listen to their user base.
Well, there's already too many ads, in my opinion, on Instagram to begin with. If you're fucking scrolling through it, about every third or fourth fucking video is some fucking
The problem
ad.
I have is it's getting harder to distinguish which ones are ads.
Yeah.
It's getting annoying. Now if I'm scrolling through Instagram, because I send a lot of reels to my friends, if I'm scrolling through, I check where it's coming from. If it's a brand name, I skip past it. I'm not here to watch companies try and be memey. I don't like that.
You can... All of this, you can see the desperation in the clawing for the line must go up. Because all of these started as companies that were very much socially based. They wanted a massive social footprint. So everyone's like, yeah, they're using that thing. Like, people might pay a subscription to be able to tweet a little bit more or do whatever the fuck they're going to do. Post a slightly longer video, whatever the hell they want to do on this platform. But line must go up. Oh, we're just going to put some ads in the thing. Oh, now it's going to put a couple more. Oh, now we need a longer ad. Now you can't skip your ad.
Well, yeah, people aren't watching our ads. Why aren't they doing the thing we want them to do? It's like, because no one actually wants to watch ads.
No.
The problem with all of these sites, Instagram, Facebook, all of it, they're free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said it a bunch of times in this show, and I'll say it again. If it's free, you're the product.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We're the thing being sold. Like, they want our data.
They spent all that time eating up, what was it, Periscope? And all the other small sites like that, simply so that they can be like, we're the only one where everyone does it, and then they can just start aggressively advertising to that user base.
Yeah.
That's the whole that's the marketing angle for every one of these sites. It's not changed the whole time.
I just like the fact that the more these guys, like these big social media sites fuck around, a lot of these smaller ones start popping up, like Mammoth and all that kind of stuff that were popping up for a while.
The problem with that is, and I watch way too many videos on esoteric topics. The big problem with that is entrenchment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you wanted to change to a completely different service for, say, messaging your friends.
Yeah.
A lot of people use Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Changing the one you use and going, I no longer want to use Messenger, is basically social suicide.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Because all your friends are still on Messenger, so they're planning all of their events on there, and now you're not getting included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what keeps Facebook afloat.
Yeah. They can do all this scummy shit, and they can be absolute garbage heels. But the entrenched base has no way to get out without losing the things they like.
It's the same as with, like, Discord trying to find an alternative to that. Like, any major platform trying to step across. If it isn't a completely new niche, you've got almost no hope.
Bring back MSN Messenger.
And I'm not saying companies shouldn't try. They absolutely should.
Absolutely.
Places like Mammoth have done actually pretty well at carving out their own little area. But getting mass migration away from things like Twitter, sans Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it takes a Musk driving down user base for other user bases to come up.
It takes pricks like us harassing our friends to jump ship and join us somewhere else. I mean, please, for the love of God, join us over there.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, that's how it has to happen. You have to get your entire friend base to migrate. Otherwise, it just doesn't function.
Well, it's very much, hop out of the piss pool and come over to this clean pool. I know the piss pool is warm, and this one over here is a little cold, but it's not a piss pool.
The problem is, like, if you go to any friend groups, like, hey, join me over here. So, I don't want to make another account. Like, I get that, but at the same time, safety. It's hard.
It's a whole thing. Like I said, I watched a whole big video on it. It's disturbing how these companies... Because that's the plan. That's the way the companies are designed.
Yeah.
Become entrenched, and then you can do anything you want, because any one person leaving doesn't matter.
It's essentially Stockholm Syndrome, but for a company.
Well, it's Apple's walled garden.
Yeah.
For for a more of a digital setting. Like,
yeah.
It's a walled garden where the users made the walls.
Yeah. Pretty much. Like, we dug ourselves in and now we can't leave. Like, why did we do this? It's the Simpsons thing. No, dig up, stupid. It's just...
I have no solution for it, like, at all. Yeah. All I know is I just watch these things that are explaining how it works.
Without the companies pushing it, actively crumbling, like, line goes down massively and shit has to take a tumble, it won't change. And even if that happens... The first company that can afford to buy it and turn that line up again will continue the exact same fucking practice.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Eventually, they get corrupted into doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
because
or you just have to offer you have to find the better product.
Yeah.
No one uses MySpace anymore, but it was basically Facebook.
Yeah. It's one of those things where the only way something like that could escape the hell that is the eventual corporatization of it is for someone to release it for free and never see a dime from it, but no one would ever do that.
Or you have to do the federated stuff.
Yeah.
which is what Mastodon and a number of other platforms done, where you essentially have the ability to host your own server. So you could make your own Facebook for all your friends.
Back to the original topic of X. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Original topic was actually ads on Instagram.
Oh, shit, yeah. Weird question about X, though. If they're looking to be the porn social media thing, pretty sure Pornhub's already done that. The comments in there are fucking terrifying. But...
Can't even get away from Preston Garvey in there.
Yeah. Fuck, I find that funny. Are they going to be age gating to 18+?
There's apparently a tag that you have to change in your settings as a content creator that puts you in an adult-only section. But we all know how much adult-only sections mean anything on the internet.
Yeah. Are you 18?
You're lied about my age away.
Oh, pretty much. But it's just...
That means there has to be just a tag somewhere in any general account setting to say, okay, I want to view this content. Because it doesn't...
Or it won't show if your account shows is not 18.
Yeah. But it's just...
Which just encourages you to lie about your age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just...
Although, I'm going to say this, and I'm 100% lie about your age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for this, but don't tell all these fucking companies how old you are.
Yeah.
No.
I don't use my actual age for most of the shit I sign up for.
Like, they're already scooping enough fucking data.
Yeah.
Don't hand over as
Don't give
little
them
accurate
accurate
information
data.
as you can.
Yeah. I'm skewing their models right now. Like, every website has a different birthday and year. Like, they have no idea which one I am.
I will freely admit, a lot of places think I'm born on the 1st of January because it's the default, but the year is wildly different.
I generally will set it up so my age is 69. Because, and normally I'll go for the 20th of the 4th, so, yeah. Because I'm a child.
Yeah, fair. But, and I mean, I'm not saying people should lie to get access to things that are age restricted, but, if you're a fully functional adult, you can sign up for whatever you fucking want. Don't give these people fucking your age. Give them as little fucking accurate information as you can.
We are actively in a war against, data breaches at this point. It's horrible.
So, next up, GOG is looking to clamp down on the size of your cloud save files.
I don't use cloud save files, so I am safe.
Yeah, this is one of those things that people are getting really hot under the collar about, but I don't know how much it really matters.
I don't think a lot of them have seen the word cloud in that headline. I go, oh, they're capping our save files. Like, the one on your computer is fine. Just the one on the cloud.
The articles I've read, and I actually, I'm a big user of GOG here, I got the email about it, and I pretty much just filed away as not important.
Yeah.
Because I have never, in all the years of gaming I've had, gone, oh, fuck, if only I had had cloud saves.
Yeah. If anything, they've been a hindrance. When years ago trying to play Cyberpunk when it first came out, and something fucked up on my cloud save, and then when I tried to load it, I couldn't load the local save. It defaulted to the fucking cloud save. Yeah. And oh my god, it was a bitch to try and fix that.
I've had the same thing happen with other games where the cloud save will overwrite my local save. It's like, no, I didn't expressly tell you to do this. Why are you getting rid of the one with more progress?
Now, I'm not saying they don't have value, and there's probably a use case where people are very reliant on cloud saves. I can't think of it. The closest one I can think of is someone who travels a lot.
Yeah.
So they might have a Steam Deck. So they play on their home computer and then I've got to leave for my job for the next 2 days. Sync the cloud saves on the Steam Deck, and then they're good to fucking go.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I can't think of the last time in many, 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 many years that I've been like, oh, thank fuck for the cloud saves.
Yeah, because if I've just deleted or uninstalled a game and then reinstalled it later, I'm starting a new character. I'm not starting from where I picked up, because I have no idea where I'm up to. If I've deleted or uninstalled the game, it's out of my mind now. Yeah. I don't remember where my save was up to. I don't remember what missions I was halfway through. I ain't going to try and do it again. I'm going to start over and learn the game again.
Yep.
Like, it just seems. To honestly, it just seems like something for people to get angry about because they need something to be angry about.
Now, yeah, it is capping it, but like it's a 200 meg, which is generally pretty good. I don't know. It just seems like a nothing thing where the company's just like, we're just trimming some server space and capping your size. I don't know.
Yeah, but
it just seems odd to me.
But the game journalists must sell like more ad space with their like every 2 lines ad. Like what?
I mean, gaming pages are pretty good about it. You've been on a news site lately?
Oh, they're fucked. Like basically, you start looking at the news, like actual news sites. It's ad, and the caption is the news article. Like, what is this? What?
That or like the paragraph breaks or ads.
Yeah. Like it's gone to a point now where the same thing happens with like when I watch YouTube videos or anything else. If your ad is obnoxious or in my face or I can't get by it, I'm not buying your product.
Yeah.
I actively will avoid it. I will remember your product, guaranteed. If your catchy jingle wakes me up at 3 a.m. playing my head over and over again, I am never buying your product.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of helps that most of the stuff that gets advertised on those platforms is like, I'm never going to buy that anyway.
Pretty much, yeah.
What? You want to try and sell me a new $90,000 car? I can't afford good cars to begin with.
The weird one
I only drive shit boxes.
My favorite is when it pops up for, like, grants for owning your own homes. Like, haha, wrong generation, bud.
Owning homes. Oh.
Is that home on wheels?
Say, South Australia just abolished stamp duty for first home buyers.
Ooh,
that's not the problem, though.
No, it isn't the problem, but it is nice.
But it makes them think they're helping.
Yeah.
There's similar things like, I mean, not the stamp duty, but there's a bunch of things you can get in Queensland for that sort of stuff as well. But, like, that's not what's stopping me buying a house.
No, it really isn't.
It's the banks that don't want to loan you money, the outrageous interest rates they want to charge on said loans if you get one, and then the fact that the housing market's prices are so fucking sky high because every goddamn cunt needs to own 9 of them.
Yeah.
You can't buy a house even if you get through all the other hoops.
Yeah.
It's just fucked.
But hopefully something will happen. No, it won't. Because all the cunts that are in power in their fucking 70s and 80s and already own 9 houses. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and they don't want to stop owning those 9 houses.
And,
I mean, come on. What? Like, I know it was like ages ago when it was shown. But was it fucking Barilaro's fucking giant fucking mansion that he rents out as an Airbnb?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Like, what the fuck? One, how do you have enough money to have this giant lakeside with, like, lake house on it as well? And then you're like, oh yeah, I can just rent that on Airbnb. Fuck you, buddy.
There was a place in the US recently that didn't ban Airbnb, but heavily restricted Airbnbs and how many can be opened in an area. And the great thing is they've already seen a reduction in rents in that area because, they're not being driven up by the short stay economy. Like, I like this. Can we have that here? Can we just abolish Airbnb because it's a horrible thing? Have you actually seen what Airbnb has turned into? Like, it's still like, you go there and you pay to stay in
hotels, basically.
Basically, yes. But it used to be like, you turn up and then you leave and the person who owns the place comes in and cleans and gets it ready for the next person. Well, no, now you have to do it.
Now, it was meant to be that, I'm going over to this place for a 2-week period to make some extra cash. I'll rent out my house for a week's period, so at least I can get something while I'm out. And then I'll come back and continue to live in it. Now, like, I had to live in Airbnbs for a few weeks when I first moved here, just so I could try and survive. Have a roof over my head while I started a new fucking job.
Yeah.
We had a friggin' hard time finding a single place in this entire city that was less than $2,000 a week.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
And there's that many friggin' festivals. Like, we even thought about bringing a caravan down here. We couldn't get a caravan, like a stop in a caravan place for more than a 4-day period before we'd have to pull it out and go to a different caravan park. because you can't stay for more than a certain period of time, or they start classifying you as long-term tenants, and then you get a whole different set of rights, and they don't want that. So after 4 days, move.
Yeah, they force you out. It is so
Airbnb
horrible.
is fucking scum.
Yeah. It needs to be
at
abolished.
least, as you said, Swoosh, back in the day, it felt at least kind of like a hotel.
Yeah.
Now it's you do all the fucking work. If it's not like it was when I let you in,
and there's so many,
cunt.
so many of them just full of cameras and like two-way mirrors.
Well, it's also becoming like the dark time of Uber, where like you caught a ride with them, and whether you dirted the thing or not, suddenly you end up with a cleaning fee.
Yeah.
Airbnb does exactly that. If
Pretty much.
you didn't leave it spotless, and if they have to call a cleaner, or if they go through there and they have to readjust something, you're getting a full cleaning fee.
Or even if it's perfect, they'll still charge you that fee.
Yeah, well, they can. Every place I went into, I took the minute we walked to the door before unloaded anything. I walked through and took photos of everything. And when we checked out, I sent them the photos. Said, "This is how it was like. This is how it was when we moved in. Here's the file of these are the photos how it was when we left." Like, no way in fuck with if I'm paying that much, I ain't also paying for a cleaner. That we left those places spotless.
It's like going into a rental at this point. When you go in, you have to clean everything because they don't fucking do it. Always take pictures beforehand because rental agreements tend to stipulate you must leave in as good or better condition than you found it. So take pictures. Like, this was a shithole when I arrived. It looks
Go
better
to
than
videos now.
Yeah.
Fucking that. Walk into a room, panorama that shit with your video. Do a full walkthrough.
Oh, fuck it.
No, but also be careful of that, because if you miss skirting boards or the cornice in the roof, and at the end they say, no, it's cracked, see, it's not in your video. Or your video isn't detailed enough to see those details.
You could still run into the same problem with pictures.
Yeah,
you can.
Essentially, do both. Honestly, do a panorama, and then when you find something like a crack, you take a fucking picture of it.
I mean, it's like, let's face it, at this day and age, you can't rent on your own.
No, you can't.
Like,
Have one person video, one person photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it is terrifying. And then, like, the great thing is, all of our generation, like, we could just do homesteads now. Just go and hang with our friends in, like, shared properties.
Communes. We all need communes.
And the government's just like, no, fuck, don't do that. Please stop leaving the cities. We need that to live.
Someone buy bulk Kool-Aid.
Well, essentially what's happened is, like, we've been frozen out of the rental and purchase market. It's like, all right, we'll just go over here and make our own shit. Like, no, you can't do that. Like, why? Oh, we've made it illegal. So we can't afford to live in this system, and we can't leave the system.
Cool, so what we're going to do is we're going to move out to the buttfuck nowhere to this town with like 3 other people in it, but a bunch of empty houses, and those are ours now.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
We're going to pay for fiber to the house, and then we're done.
I still wouldn't.
I will...
You posted that damn video of that underground town, and I'm just like, God damn it!
Yeah.
I want to go live there.
Actually,
I will
read
go
a
there.
thing the other day about a bloke who went through in America, who found a ghost town that was for sale. So he bought the entire town surrounding area, and then just sold each of the homes in it to his friends. And they
we
all
have
ran
ghost
internet
towns in
businesses out of
Australia.
it.
Yeah, we can do that quite easily. There are tons of ghost towns in Queensland alone. The only problem is getting the internet to them.
Solvable problem.
Yeah.
So, the last big thing we had to talk about is kind of a hilarious thing, because it basically is another one of those, like, conflux of animals that I didn't know existed.
Yeah. No.
Like one of the main predators of a moose is a killer whale.
I love that.
Which is just weird.
It's fucking hilarious.
I love that cartoon that guy did of, like, a diver swimming around and then suddenly a fucking moose shows up and then the moose gets mullered by a whale.
Yes.
Like, how do you tell your buddies back at the bar about that? No one's believing that shit.
I was underwater and couldn't take a fucking photo, but believe me, it happened.
It was a moose. Oh, sure, eh?
And then what happened? It got attacked by a whale? Yeah!
How'd you know?
Were you there?
Crazy Steve said the same thing 20 years back.
So marine biologists were tracking tiger sharks. And if you know anything about tiger sharks, they'll eat fucking anything. They've been repeatedly found with car parts in them.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. That stayed in them. Scientists saw one vomit up an echidna.
Something that not even a tiger shark can keep down. Of course it's Australian.
The thing I love about it is it vomited it up, which means it didn't just like bite it and go, oh, nah, prickles, fuck that. It went chomp, swallow, oh god, vomit up.
Yeah.
It went chomp, chomp, swallow. That's a little spicy. That still burns. This is bad. Get this
Echidnas,
now.
the snack that bite your back.
And like, getting those spines through gills one way would have been a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Pulling them back the other way. Like,
that's the big thing. Like, which way did the echidna go down?
Yeah, and come back out. Like, it's not as though he could shuffle and turn the thing around and spit it back out the same way. Like, god damn, that thing is going to be shitting spines for a long fucking time. If it
all I want to know
this.
is the guy who saw this happen is probably, I'm going to be writing papers on this for years.
Yeah.
He was probably so happy and confused seeing an echidna coughed out by a shark.
Well, I mean, like, I was confused by this because I was like, but echidnas live on the land. How the fuck did it get in the water for the shark to eat? Apparently they swim to this local island regularly.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
They've been known to swim from the mainland to Bribie Island. I don't know what that fucking distance is.
It's a decent distance.
I mean, I'm sure the thing's probably quite buoyant, so it's probably actually not putting that much effort in.
Their quills are pretty, like, lightweight. I think they're hollow, so they would help them float.
Either way, they do this thing, which allows the shark to be in the same environment as it. It's like, what the fuck? So, like, honestly, how did that biologist... He had to have taken a photo. There's no fucking way. Again, hey, man, what were you doing today? I watched a shark vomit up an echidna. Bullshit.
Look, any scientist worth their salt would have immediately said pics or it didn't happen. Like, you'd have to get a picture of that.
This happened right near you guys. Well, they've been known to swim to Bribie Island, which is between Brisbane and the Sunshine Coast. Yep. And it's not, granted, it's not all that far off the mainland, but it is off the mainland.
Yeah.
It's far enough that we recommend you don't swim it. Because, you know, there's tiger sharks.
It's like a tiger shark, so you can't avoid it. Like, they've built a bridge across it. Like, but it's still
typical Australian animals refuse to take the easy option.
Quite honestly, would you want to go on the fucking road with all cars?
It's probably got a toll on it, so probably not.
I'll tell you, you'd take out some tires, though.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So, yeah, that's just like a weird animal confluence.
It's something you'd never expect to ever meet.
Not in a million years.
I've seen a pelican try to eat an echidna.
I've seen pelicans
will
try to
fucking eat anything.
If you got a chihuahua and there's pelicans nearby, keep an eye on that little fucker.
If it vaguely fits inside that fucking neck sack thing they have, they'll eat it.
Oh yeah.
I'd seen one try to eat an echidna, and when it pulled its head back, it looked like it had a goatee with the spines coming out of the bottom of the bill.
Ooh.
It would have fucking hurt, and then it spat up, and the echidna just trundled off, and the pelican's out flapping, trying to get rid of the spines out of its head. But
I'm pretty sure that pelican probably died.
Yeah, probably.
I can't imagine it being able to, one, get those spines out, and two, even if it did, its whole beak sack thing would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Completely perforated, like had spines all the way through it. It was fucked. Yeah. But yeah, it was weird. Just one of those things you don't expect to see.
I've never seen one eat a child.
Of course, this had to have happened in Australia.
Where else?
Like,
well, apparently Canada.
Yeah. Just like
what other weird natural interactions are there that we don't really know about? Because I'd love to think of like the weirdest animal interacting with another strange animal, and just there's some weird shit out there. I'd just love to see it.
I mean, my favorite one will still always be the American Everglades being like, yeah, fucking gators are dangerous. Don't go near them. They're huge. They'll fucking kill you. One saltwater crocodile shows up and fucks them.
Yeah. Ruins them for like
so you fucking Everglades? Nah, they ain't shit compared to this guy.
We brought this thing in. It's eating your apex predators.
They didn't even bring it in. It just decided to cruise across from Australia to the fucking Florida Everglades and be like, this is my land now.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing that stops saltwater crocs from getting to other countries, I'm pretty sure, would be killer whales. Like, they're going to go, oh, croco, get him.
During the Second
probably...
World War, there was 100 Japanese troops that landed not far out of Darwin in the mangroves.
Yes!
And the only reason they know is because one of them survived.
Yeah.
The rest of them never made it out of the mangroves.
They got wrecked
Fuck
by...
what's around in Northern Territory's mangroves.
Yeah.
That's just asking to die.
Look, the Australian, invasion tactic, if we're ever invaded, is withdrawal. Let the wildlife deal with it. We might weaponize a couple of cassowaries if we get desperate. But that's
just
about it.
Roll out the emus. The emus and the cassowaries. Let them go.
It's basically... Go to the middle of the country because, fuck you, fine, you have the coast, but that's where all the dangerous things are.
Yeah.
Or head to the northern,
head
to north of Queensland because it's like, okay, you want to invade this area? One, it's a jungle, and we know it. And two, it's full of cassowaries, and we know where they are.
Yeah.
Well, it's full of cassowaries. It's also full of a vine that looks like every other plant that causes enough pain that will make you want to kill yourself.
Fuck, that shit sucks.
But the idea that Australia is God's beta test is
Yeah.
Everything here is
beta
fucked.
and reject test, just throw it down there. I can't
Throw
release
it
it anywhere else.
It's like, what the fuck is that thing? Why is it got It's got a duck bill, it makes venom, and somehow it lays eggs and makes milk. Just put it in Australia. Just get rid of it. I don't want to look at this again.
I was trying to make an omelette bar and I fucked up.
Oh, God.
I mean, the cassowary feels like a fuck up. Oh, I made this thing too aggressive. All right, I'll give it another go. And you made an emu, and it's like, it's really not that much better.
No.
Yeah.
If you wonder where the velociraptors went, go to Queensland.
They're still here.
Yeah.
They're still active.
They've got the
slightly
claw.
more feathers, and they've got skinnier legs, and that's it. They've still
Pretty
got the
much.
fucking claws.
I mean,
Cassowaries still have the claws, and they are terrifying. They will fight trucks, and they will win.
My favorite thing about cassowaries is that it can outrun you on ground. So it's like, okay, I got to pick a different terrain to fight on. All right, how about if I climb a tree? They have limited flight.
Yeah.
So they can still get you in the tree. Cool. What about water? They're excellent swimmers.
Yeah.
It's literally a triple threat, and you cannot get away from it if it
It's
wants
an
to kill
avian
you.
Terminator, and it will fuck you up.
Look, we laugh about crocs, saltwater crocs being terrifying, but even they skirt around a cassowary because that's just too much trouble for a snack.
That's all you need to do is just strap a freaking laser beam to the cassowary's head and just let it go.
Laser guided cassowary.
Just all you got to do is train them like cats to attack a laser pointer, and just send one bloke out with one of those little pocket laser pointers, just point him at an enemy. And go. It's like, Steve, there's a dot on you. There's a dot on you, Steve. Run. Is that a sniper? It's worse, so much worse.
It's so much worse, Keith.
Just hear their call in the darkness, and it's like, we're fucked.
It's okay, they can't open doors. They can open doors, Steve. They can fucking open doors.
They don't open doors, they kick their way through the fucking thing.
They Kool-Aid man their way in.
I would love it if they call it, and this the call of the cassowaries. Oh yeah!
Look, we have made horror movies for every Australian animal except for cassowaries. We need a proper
we
because
respect
they're
them.
already scary enough.
We talk shit about crocodiles.
Yeah.
Freshies, salties, doesn't matter. We talk shit about them.
Yeah.
We don't go in their fucking water. They'll absolutely muller you. It's called a death roll for a reason.
Yeah.
So we don't fuck with them, but we'll make jokes about salties.
Oh, yeah.
No one fucks with the cassowaries.
No.
They
they
get
don't
respect.
They can hear.
They're like the mafia don of the animal kingdom in Australia.
Look, I'm half expecting one to crash through my front door. You're like, I hear you talking shit. I'll just disappear. Oh, fucking cassowaries.
We keep saying we'll do that Australian Animals episode. One day we really should, because seriously, the wildlife here is fucked.
It's terrifying.
Crikey, cunts, here we've got a cassowary.
Look, if it's not venomous, it's poison. If it's not poisonous, it's covered in deadly spikes or some kind of sharp talon. Or infected with syphilis, like the koala.
And even if it isn't, it's still likely to fuck you up.
Yeah.
There's it's known that people can end up with a completely destroyed ankle walking around because their foot goes through the top of a wombat burrow.
Yeah.
And then they just crush your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's like a wombat's primary defense. They have an armor-plated ass, and they
Yes,
just run
they
to their
do.
burrow to wait to be followed, and they just crush your skull against the roof of their fucking burrow. Like
They are also
that's-
like 90% muscle. They're terrifying.
I've seen
they're
them
cute as
get
hell,
hit by
though.
cars to write cars off and then just roll over and keep on trucking.
Yeah.
Well, given that their defense plan is, all right, I'm going to run into the hole, I'm going to stick my ass in the hole to plug it up, and then it can attack my ass,
Yeah.
and I will live.
Sacrifice.
Its game
ass for
plan
the-
is tank the
I'm
damage.
going to shit a dice to roll your attack save.
Yeah, because for some reason they decided, you know what, I'm going to evolve a sphincter that makes square poop so they don't roll into my tunnel.
Yeah. Just fucking Australian animals, man. Why do we live here?
It rolls an attack dice and every side is one for the bad guy.
Everything about
That's a
Australia
wombat!
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something else that, like, if you look at them, they look quite cuddly. They're like,
They do.
they're
They look
fuzzy
adorable.
little balls of, like, that's awesome. And then
There's
No, it's just gonna fuck shit up.
animal park you can go to in Queensland where you can just sit down and pat them.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're chill as hell when you're not trying to kill them. Like,
Yeah.
when they have nothing to crush your skull against.
yeah. When they're out in the open, safe.
I mean, that's Australia though. Like, it's all fucked. It's just a land of crazy animals that don't make any fucking sense.
Even the people here are crazy. We're all from criminals.
I mean, I'd say we do the animal episode next week, but next week is Trailerama.
Next week
Yes.
is just all the trailers, forever and a day.
So I hope you're ready for a roundup of multiple game shows next week. Because we've at least got State of Play tomorrow. Not State of Play, Summer Games Fest tomorrow. And then over the weekend, we have Xbox, Ubisoft, Devolver Digital, and a number of other smaller indie shows.
Thank fuck it's a long weekend.
It's
Wait,
going to
is it?
be a bunch for next
For me,
week.
it is. I don't know about you.
Bastard. What's the one weekend?
King's birthday.
No, different day in Queensland.
Damn it! You raised my hopes and dashed them quite splendidly, sir.
Yeah, well, you'll get to do it later in the year when it is the King's birthday in Queensland.
Though I'm cheering, like, this is the only place I've lived where there's a public holiday in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Normally they're either start of the year or end of the year, and that's it. You get nothing.
Australia
mid-year.
is entirely too front-end loaded with holidays.
Oh, fucking oath.
I'm
Queensland
not saying we
definitely
should
is.
take any of those holidays away.
No,
we just
we
need a
should
few
just-
more to even
we
out the
need
back
to
half.
tack a few more in the back end and a few more in the middle. There should be at least two a month.
Yeah. That would go a
feel like-
long way to fixing a lot of mental health crises.
Oh, fucking oath it would.
Like, it should be like the last Friday and Monday of like June, July. So
Yeah.
you get like this kind of like middle year break for 4
Oh,
days.
yeah.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Just something. It should be like called the mid-year break, something where you can sit down and go, oh fuck. All right, we're gonna do it again. Just rally. All right, boys, rally.
Just
The fact that it's in
It-
Australia
it-
has to be called the MIDI.
no, it gets some kind of like elaborate name for like whatever holiday they want it to be, and then every Australian just call it. Oh yeah, we're coming up on the fucking break.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the mid-year fuck around.
Yeah. Australia Halloween. That'd be fine.
I mean, there was still that there was that show that challenged advertising companies to come up with dumb ad reels, and they had that one for invading fucking New Zealand because we need an extra holiday in the back half of the year.
Look, I just want the first internet public holiday to exist, and it should definitely be the day they tried to invade Area 51. In remembrance of the poor and the
It's the
Ruta
only
runners.
other day in the year when they make Pornhub free.
Yeah.
All right, we're out past now. I think we're done. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.